Gabrielle Papillon from Montreal. How are you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm good, I'm good. So I'm glad you'll be able to come down and join us. It's definitely going to be a great time talking to you. So what kind of had you, what pushed you to start writing music?
I actually had music in my head when I was really young. Like, I can't even really remember not having music in my head. One of my first memories is going to sit at a piano, and there was some adult party going on, and I just remember like this aching need to play these melancholy notes that were in my head, but I just kind of didn't know where it came from. It just was there. Yeah, so I think always, but as soon as I learned my basic chords on guitar, I started writing songs. I actually was a really bad guitar student because I was like, I just want to play music, and I would just be impatient to make the sounds I heard in my head come out on my guitar. So yeah, kind of always. I think what I do and what I put out there is you know, attention to lyrics is really important for me, and you know, my melodies are maybe, I don't know where they come from. I feel sometimes like they're the strangest melodies and the strangest rhythms, but they're my own.
Yeah, and somehow they just work.
Yeah, and I don't know that I want to stand out above those other people. I mean, Corinna's also an amazing artist, Corinna Rose, and I just want to be among them, but still kind of unique in my own way. And I think that's what I kind of love about this amazing group of friends I have, is that everybody it's not really a competition.
Yeah.
And sometimes your friends get a gig that you wanted and you don't, or vice versa, but you're just, as soon as you can let go of that competition and just be really stoked for them, it makes you feel really good too. So yeah, I think we're all kind of unique in our own way.
So have you been to like a CMW before?
I've been to CMW, I just haven't played. I sort of was passing through last year on tour, and so I popped into a couple shows.
So how has your experience this year been so far?
It's not my first conference, so I mean, it's similar to like Halifax Pop and you know, OCFF and Pop Montreal and all those things. It's great. I mean, I find the biggest thing with these conferences that is maybe even more amplified here is there are just so many bands that you literally can't see everyone. Like, I am playing at the same time tonight as 6 of my friends who I would kill to see. So in that regard, I think there's just so much. It's big. It's kind of on this massive, as far as Canada goes, this and North by Northeast are really the big ones where there's almost too much to choose from. Yeah, I think festivals are amazing. For me, my favorite part is meeting other artists. I think and right now, because I'm working with Audio Blood, I'm getting that aspect of it, because they are kind of introducing all the artists to each other that are on their artist roster, basically. But yeah, festivals where there's a mandate to kind of introduce artists to each other, I think are really phenomenal.
I feel like it makes the music industry seem a lot less scary. Like, I remember I went to Halifax, Gabby took me to Halifax Pop last year, or I guess just in October, and I remember like at first kind of meeting all these industry people and being like, oh my god, this is so terrifying, and then, you know, you get to know that they're people and like you meet them at their level.
And there's an aspect of that too that's really nice. Like, the more you go, the more you're just like, it's so cool, like seeing all your friends. You know, I just ran into 2 of my friends earlier, and it's like one of them is from Vancouver and the other one's from Winnipeg, and you know, I get to see them both kind of at once. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I think there are advantages and disadvantages. I think having to do it on your own, it's not the road I would have chosen. Like, anybody who's told somebody's going to do the work for them, and or, you know, I think a lot of people are approached and told like, I'm going to do all this stuff for you and it's going to be amazing. I would have said yes to that, so I'm not knocking that. But having to do it on my own has been pretty interesting, because now I know how the job should be done, and when and if, and I probably will eventually team up with some great people, I'm going to know who those people are and why they're great, because I know how they should do their job, so I'm not just going to sign with anyone.
So as a female artist, what do you think is different, you know, being a solo female artist and doing things on your own versus having a kind of like a group of guys around you, or, you know, a backup band, that kind of thing?
I like this question. It's interesting. I think when I started at first, I felt really overwhelmed by, and maybe even a bit lonely because you'd see all those people out there with like they've got their whole posse, and I do. I mean, Corinna's obviously standing here because she's in my band, so I often go out as a duo or a trio. But yeah, I've mostly toured the country solo, and I'll go to festivals and I'm like there solo, and everyone's there with their posses. But I think it's very recently I've kind of become really proud of that, because you just go and you get up there and you take up your space, and it's pretty amazing when you can get up on a stage and it's just you and your guitar and you just do your thing, and then if the audience is stoked about that, that's like, I think it's almost more validating. Not that I love having my band with me because they're also my best friends, so I mean there's definitely an appeal to that, but just in terms of economics, I can't afford to take them on the road most of the time, so yeah, it's actually, I think it's been really good for me to do a lot of this stuff on my own, do my own booking, do my own managing, and I'm, again, very recently I've come around to this idea that I like doing it, and that I'm good at it, and that I'm going to keep doing it until it's really more than I can handle.
Then bury all your grief. Take a deep breath now, look to the sideline.